Sorry guys, my cameras are all wonky. There we go. Hello Chiquita. Hello Jenny. Good evening. What's up? What's up? Hey Leah. Hey Michael. All right. I just still have this on my mat from last night over on Cheryl's channel on the whole bucket. So I just haven't removed it, but I had so much fun making these. So it's like a tag and a tag on a belly band, and the tags are belly bands. And then got this tag and tag there, but it's a tuck. Currently, it's a belly band, but I'm going to sew around the edges, so that's going to be held there. Then your usual corner pockets that have tags here, but they're tucks. And then a little hidden paper clip. So all those I made last night on Miss Cheryl's channel. And this is from a master board. So all the fun things. All right, now I'm going to throw that up there, and we're going to pull this down. This is what we're actually going to be working on today. No, I made indents in my cover. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. All right. So now what I'm going to be assessing is what I'm going to do on my pages here, and what I'm going to do on them if they are going to need to be done before. So in the signatures, or the one signature, because it's just going to be one fat signature, if I need to do it before I sew it into the cover, or if it can wait until after I sew it into the cover. Hey Ginger. So I think I should work on one folio at a time to decide what I want to do with it, and work on them as individual projects. I think that's a good way to go. Hello Desiree, hello Karen, hello Dawn. Big loves. Thank you guys for joining me. I think I'm actually going to start on the outer one first. Okay, so what do we want to do with this? And the reason why I'm thinking about starting on the outer ones first before I actually get this all put together is because when these are all together, they do fan out. Oh, it wasn't too bad. Are you gonna walk the fur babies for a little bit? Work was not too bad. It wasn't busy, so that it was steady enough that when I was done with all the other random tasks I needed to do, it wasn't an issue. And I got most of my personal side tasks done beforehand before I really dealt with any customers. Hello, Lydia. Welcome in, guys. All right. So I think what I'm going to start with is I'm going to trim this down a little bit. Let me get, where is my cutting mat? Oh, there it is. I would use my trimmer, or one of my trimmers, but it would pull at it, especially with how thick this is. So my best bet is just to bring this to the edge. And if I'm going to sew around the borders of this to put the front and backs of these folios together, it's going to be better if I trim it now than later. Because if I go to sew it and then I go to trim it, chances are I'm going to cut off all the sewing in there and they're going to fall right back apart. So I have to stand up so I get better hold of this. Almost there. There we go. Cool. Now, some of you guys might have a purpose for all these itty bitty strips. I don't, so they are going in the trash. Don't hate me. Okay. Okay, so now it's all clean. So clean, so clean. Okay, so one thing I was thinking about doing for majority of these, or at least half of them, is sewing around majority of the frame, except for leaving a pocket on at least one side of the folio, if not two sides. So in doing that, for this one, I think what I might do, so I'll go ahead and sew here and here on both sides, and then bring them together and sew across here and here. That way both sides have pockets. But it'll look like it's sewn all the way around, all the way through. I think that's what I'm going to do. Hold on, guys. Okay. Hello, Joyce. Okay. So, let's see which way. I think it was that way. So, there's my stitching. So, I backstitch a couple random times on this sheet. And then on the front sheet, I just backstitch on the top here. Well, it was originally going this way, so I didn't backstitch to start, but I backstitch to end. And then this side, I backstitch to start end to end. I saw that. And why am I still getting notifications when my data's turned on? Okay. Whatever. Not the, well, it's not me. I'm still here. Hello, Di. Okay, so let me think. Now, do I want to add any other things on top of the page here? Okay. So I'm trying to think. What if I did like a ruffle thing. Oh my goodness. I did a ruffle thing. And I'm thinking, I might put that on the edge here. I might actually sew that on. Let's actually flip it over, because it might make it easier to run it through the sewing machine if I put it like that. Dawn. As long as you record it and share it with us, Dawn. Yes. You have to share it with us. Okay, so there's that. They got the little ruffle on there. Cool. And then, let's see. What do we want to do next? Let's another version of a ruffle. I personally have not seen a ruffle folded at an angle before. So let's do that. We'll put more cap there. There we go. There we go. Put that on that side. Let's, again, we'll flip that one over. Actually, I do like it this way. I personally have never done zigzag ruffles, and I also have never seen anybody else do zigzag ruffles. So if you guys know of any others, please share them in the comments so everybody else can see who else has tried that method. I think that would be fun to explore that. Okay, I'm going to do this on the opposite side here. Okay. I think for now that should be fine for this page, and the sides are still open here. Where did I just put my other thingies I was working on? So this, at least on this side, you'd maybe. Now you'd be able to tuck something. Granted, it wouldn't be a secure hold, but you'd still be able to tuck something. This one, sorta. It's still a creative tuck. If anything, I should have zigzagged further over this way so it gave more room to tuck. There you go. Why would I get mad? I don't understand. There would be no reason for me to get mad on that. Hello, Tina. Hello, Eps. Hello, Susan. Don't get mad. Get even. Yes, Matt. Don't get mad. Get glad. Get clear eyes. Okay. So I will sew around the top and the bottom, but for the time being, I am just going to use some glue to hold it in place. And I'm going to move on to the next one. Okay, so then this is going to go right on there. And I am perfectly fine with all the threads everywhere. Because if anything, if it isn't obvious, this journal is pretty much grungy but colorful. Okay. I'm going to let that dry like that first before I fold it again, because I want to make sure it stays pretty well adhered. Okay, next we have this. Okay, so these are 2 thin pages. Now, how do I want to do these? Well, this one's a little bit larger than this one, so I think I'm just going to go ahead. Okay. Casey, we're going to step out of our comfort zone of the browns. What? All right. And we are going to ink with a color that's not brown. Yes, Epps, I did. Sorry, I wanted to get straight into playing, but here, after I ink this, I'll do a little show and tell because we all know we love your papers, so I'm excited to see them in person. Because you sent it, what, Tuesday? Monday? For some reason, I'm not getting ink on the side here. You are. Leave it to Chiquita. She wastes no time. As soon as she gets inspiration, she snaps right on it. She stops what she's doing, goes for it. Okay. Let's see how that looks peeking out of there. And there's not much peeking out, but what is peeking out is just well enough. Hello, Happy. Okay. So I think for the pockets for this one, I'm going to do them on the outside. I think I am going to, let's run a stitch across here. And then, ooh. Well, how about we run a stitch across here. And then when we go around here and here, I'll run a stitch here so I'll have two pockets there. I think that's a plan. Yes, 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 yes. But I'll run a stitch on this top part before I attach it. And then after I attach it, it'll basically go around here to the front. And then one here, one here. Okay, let's try it. Hello, how's it going? Do-do-do-do-do. All right. Did I leave the other? There it is. Okay. So this top part's going to be a pocket. And then this is going to be 2 pockets. But I'm holding off on sewing in the middle here. So it'll go through both sides, so it'll actually make those pockets. Okay. Just Casey had the same issue the other day. Can you tell Joyce how you fixed the volume issue? So okay. So if you go into it, you said it's on your tablet though? Yeah, I got it. I got that. Hey Julie. Yeah, because that'll work, Yolanda. It's a Chromebook. Okay. Okay. Select the time in the bottom right corner. So that's a Chromebook. La da 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 da. You need to go to your settings, devices, speakers, and make sure you have everything checked. I went to settings, but I didn't see mute. when you go into settings, search, search okay. That's how I found it for myself when I was having the issue. But okay, so we'll glue it on this side since this one is one that's going to be overlapping. And then I'm not going to bother putting glue down the center there, because once the sides are holding, it should be fine. Right, Di? Hello, Shek. Okay. Now, if anything, I feel like I may need to mark this as a personal reminder that I'm going to put a stitch down that way. Now, I'm going to glue here and here. Actually, I'm doing all the packaging. Remember, I'm only doing this as a temporary thing, just not gluing it for the glue to be permanent. I'm gluing it just to hold everything in place until I go to actually sew it. Is Patty here? Did I miss Patty? Where's Patty Shack? Oh, you're Patty. Hello, Patty Shack. I did not realize. Now I know. And no offense, but I'll probably forget. I'm wonderful at forgetting. Okay. So I did something special with the strips on the first one. I skipped the second one with the strips. Now let's do something fun with the strips on this one. Let's do this one. Is this one or this one? Unchain my heart. I think I'll do blues. I think blues will be fun. Now, question is, what do I want to do? What if I have an idea? Not long enough. Now, as long as this holds well, this should be fine doing it this way. Okay, so and strips. Yeah, right there should be good. Ha! Chiquita. Okay. Now, that's perfect because that's already a strip. And we'll turn you into a strip. About there should be fine, I think. Okay. Ooh. Give me my strip back, sir. Okay, so what I'm thinking is let's put these in half. Percent on this side, crochet to follow it. Ooh, fun, Joyce. So very productive creative day, huh? So I am working on my journal. It is a masterboard jelly plate mishmash thing. So right now I am working on things that are going to go in as embellishments, and that looks like half. Let's do this side. Okay. Let's put that one there, actually. You there. You there. Just a little bit, Di. Just a little bit. Okay. So, I did a master board. Well, I did a few master boards, but this master board was made from gel plate scraps and a bunch of other randomness. And then I did some neurographic art on it. I did some doodling. I did some stamping with paint. I did a bunch of random stitching. And then yesterday I did some hole punching down here, and then I outlined it with some black paint marker. And then the inside is just packaging that I crumpled up and then rubbed some inks on. And then glued it on and then stitched all the way around. So this is what started the whole thing. Hey, Lucretia. So, yeah. So now I'm working on things to embellish it. So right now I am taking some of my leftover strips and I'm going to weave them together. Okay. Okay, so there's probably a better way of doing this, but this is the way I'm doing it. This is the Casey way. So I just put a little spot of glue on the top of each of these strips that I am alternating through. And this will just be the start. I will, as I get through, I will actually sew these to each other. This is just to start them off. Okay, cool. Now, take a blue one, do the same thing, but I'm going to weave it the opposite direction. Like that. And I'm just going to go back and forth. Okay. And let's flip all these over so I know what I'm actually working with. Show me what you're working with. So then this will go under here, will go under there, and that will go under there. Okay. Cool. I think this is actually the first time I've done like paper weaving like this. Unintentionally, these are full red strips. I think I might have goofed. Oh well. Because I wanted to alternate and I think I goofed it up. Oh well. Oh, bye, Petty. Hello, Carrie. Oh, look at us. We got 20 people tonight. Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome. If you guys don't mind, can we balance that out with some thumbs? I'd much appreciate that. Not that I really care about the algorithm thing, but I think it'd be fun to see it, my viewers balancing out with the thumbs. That would be amazing. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it very much. Okay, I think that's the last one. Well, yeah. That's the last one. So I will go ahead and glue those ones down there. All right. And then I'm going to run some stitches across all the intersections. And then I'll at least tear these off. I think it'd be fun to leave some of these all at different lengths on the edges. that fun, guys? I love it. And then we'll just tear these off randomly. And we are going to actually head over to dyes. I was only planning on going until dye was scheduled tonight. So, and she is currently scheduled. Oh my gosh. That's so fun. I love that. Okay. So, dye is scheduled for now. So, let's all hop on the little wagon and hop on over there. Her link is tagged above, or rather pinned above. So I will see you guys all there, all right? Toodles, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate you all. Bye.